A dozen or so staffers for the United Nations humanitarian agency, also known as UNRWA, an agency that serves Palestinians, actually participated in the October 7th Hamas terror attack on Israel. Let that sink in for a second. Not sympathetic towards, not biased for, but staffers from the UN's humanitarian agency were the terrorists. The evidence that the Israelis provided was strong enough for UNRWA to immediately fire 9 employees who stand accused. Others are under investigation. The evidence compelling enough for the U.S. government to cut off funding to the agency.
We understand that they are very, very dependent on donor contributions, and the United States has been the leading donor for many, many years. We have suspended our contributions to UNRWA pending the results of this investigation. All the more reason that, as I said, this investigation be credible, transparent, and thorough, and frankly, timely.
To be clear, this wasn't some rogue psychopath employee of UNRWA who was infiltrated by Hamas. According to the U.S. State Department, 12 employees stand accused. On paper, 7 of these 12 are said to have been teachers working at UNRWA schools in Gaza. Israel provided a dossier that alleges one UN employee and his son actually kidnapped an Israeli woman on October 7th. Another said to have handed out ammunition during the attacks. A third described as a participant in a massacre at a kibbutz in which 97 people were murdered. Others are accused of assisting in the preparation of the attacks. They were all employees of the United Nations aid agency tasked with educating, sheltering, and feeding Palestinians in Gaza. The evidence was seemingly so convincing. It wasn't just the U.S., by the way, is the single biggest contributor to UNRWA, that yanked its funding of the, quote, aid agency. The U.S. has been joined by Germany, Switzerland, Canada, the Netherlands, the U.K., Italy, Australia, Finland, have all halted all or some of their aid in the wake of the evidence. It's 57% of the total contributions UNRWA got in 2022. Some of the evidence, according to the New York Times, includes tracked cell phone movements of 6 of the workers that placed them in Israel on October 7th, cell phone discussions of the attacks, text messages ordering 3 of them to report to certain points on October 7th, and one employee was instructed to bring rocket-propelled grenades stored at his home. Secretary General of UNRWA wants us to believe it's just a few bad apples. Quote, it would be immensely irresponsible to sanction an agency and an entire community it serves because of allegations of criminal acts against some individuals. Look, these people didn't embezzle funds like meant for aid. We're talking about employees who participated in mass murder and terrorism. Plus, it may not just be the 12 of them. The Wall Street Journal reporting that according to the intelligence dossier, around 10% of employees of the organization have ties to Islamic terror groups. We're not just talking about 12 then, we're talking potentially 1,200. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.